Right. Okay. Good morning once more. I hope you guys are doing good. So back again with a quick update from yesterday's GBPJPY trade, and we're also just going to be looking at gold once more. Right. So I want us to just focus strictly on GBPJPY right now, just to have a little bit of just some discussion right there, just to break it down once more and tell you a little bit more onto what exactly is going on BJPY, right? Because I did mention that this was most definitely a swing trade, right? And that's something that you quite sure that if you bought yesterday from the time I said buy, most definitely right now you are holding good profits right now because GBPJPY currently is most definitely going as expected because yesterday at around um, eh, during Asian session I did mention buy GBPJPY because it's most definitely a swing trade and we can proudly see that GBPJPY is definitely pushing as expected because if you did buy yesterday, as I did mention, when I took those buys myself, if you did take them, I'm quite sure that you are definitely in good profits. Then the stop loss there was now the stop loss didn't even get hit. And one good thing is that gold, I mean, GBJPY did exactly as I did mention to say that the only time you can start actually looking your profits from yesterday when I said buy, I said that you can only start looking your profits if and only if GBPJPY passes through what? Passes through this area. So and you can see definitely it started, it even gave that that price a retest in fact. So you can see it did come to this price. It broke above it, came back for a retest, and started even pushing. But obviously, my own analysis wasn't focusing on a retest or anything like that. It is just about the price movement to say that as long as if it passes, as long as if it passes through this price area around there, the only thing that you were supposed to do was lock profits. So most definitely, right now, I'm quite sure that you either have your profits locked at break even and you're just holding. And as I did mention, if price, and keep in mind those all of those key prices that I mentioned yesterday, I said that as long as the price passes above these areas and doesn't give us any rejections, that it means that it's continuation. Keep in mind there's only two movements that you can expect in the market. It's either a rejection or a what, a continuation. And exactly right now, what we're seeing is that GBPJPY is continuously pushing as what is continuously pushing to the upside. And the target right there is still stands to say that this is our main target right now. We're still targeting that price because for as long as if those key areas that we did mark out as potential TPs does not give us any rejections when price hits those key areas, then we do not stop. So we just keep on, we're just going to keep on holding up until that price. And one another thing, which was gold. So yesterday before, during Asian session, I also did mention about gold, and you can see that gold is also still staking on the same analysis. So that we haven't really had much of like a good movement, but the good thing is that we're still resting above 3,000, which is good. So as long as if gold can continuously keep on pushing and actually break above and create a new higher high, then that's good. As I said, as long as on gold, what you can do is whatever buying opportunity you get, you just make sure that you utilize it. You buy and hold. You buy and hold. That's the only thing that you can be doing on gold as well. But for now, that's the only thing. The only thing that I wanted to just focus on more was this GBP because obviously gold was a secondary. It was a secondary instrument that I wanted to trade. As I did mention, I'm going to be scalping gold as much as I want to hold it. I'm just going to keep on scalping gold day to day, you know. But then in terms of like any currency pair, that's where I can actually utilize swing trades if possible wherever I get it. And how are you? Is it since I'm doing good, man? But one of the other things that I'm gonna keep on re-mentioning is that if you are trading GBPJPY and you find yourself using trend lines, according to my own trading strategy, trend lines at this point I'm not gonna be working because of how I use my or Sensi edits. All right. I hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're doing good. But otherwise, in my own trading strategy, based off how I see things, if you are using trend lines at this point, then it's going to be difficult for you to get proper entries. Every time you have a trend line in this case, you're gonna see so many rejections. You're gonna see so many fake breakouts as you are taught that they do work. But in my case scenario, I did tell you for anything, especially on GBPJPY currently, if you are using uh, equal price model, then it's gonna be easier for you to trade GBPJPY because the only trading model that's available to find entries and TPs currently on GBPJPY is not using trend lines at this point. It's exactly using equal price model because even if you go to yesterday's stream, right? Um, if you go to yesterday's stream, you will see that um, when I said buy, obviously I also did mention in that stream to say that trend lines are not gonna be good, like in terms of like um, finding entries or anything like that. I wasn't even also just focused on that. If you can go and watch yesterday's stream, where is it? Uh, Yesterday's stream. If you go and watch it as well, you will see um, on GBJPY definitely. Where was it? If you go and watch just yesterday's stream, you will definitely see that somewhere around GBPJPY, there was definitely a good key price. You see somewhere around here. It was somewhere around here. So if you can look, unfortunately, this thing, the quality there, it's not as like it to be. But you can see yesterday we had so many key prices. This was GBPJPY. You can see I had marked out what I have marked out so many key areas which are potential TPs, and I did mention that as soon as these key prices when price gets to those areas and it doesn't reject, then that's when you can start looking forward continuation and even more. And you can see that currently GBPJPY there is holding good, and it just keeps on pushing. And right now we are into Asian session, and within this Asian session, I'm still expecting GBPJPY to continuously push to the upside. So whatever you do, it's continuation. Any entry that you get on GBPJPY is to continuously buy even more. And then on gold, the same thing applies. So let's just go to gold as well because I just want to check something, especially for gold from the previous day into today's into today's date. It was bullish, so we also expect uh, today's day to be bullish as well. We still expect today's day to be bullish. So yesterday was bullish, so we expect today on gold to be bullish as well. I just have to mark out some few things. That's one we need. Right. So yesterday was bullish, so we still expect gold to also be bullish again today because obviously we are pushing, or rather, the price has opened. For sure, it opened above the 60, the 50% key area. So if we do this, 0 and 100. Yeah, okay. Remove, and remove. So you can see that we currently even opened above the 50% area. So that means today we also expect gold to be bullish again once more. So we're still expecting gold to even rise and rise, create new higher highs again. So that's why I said For whatever thing that you get on gold, any buy opportunity that you get, you buy and hold. And the most important thing that you do is not to go full prod or anything like that. Use proper risk management as always. It's gonna help you a lot. And then one another thing that I also just wanna go for, I think is USDJPY, because I think even also yesterday we had a USDJPY setup, and you can see right there it got disrespected, which is quite understandable in this case. But we're just gonna keep on expecting more sales still. But as I'm not really much more focused on it, that's still okay. But though we're still expecting USDJPY to go more bearish, um, that's something that I'm also just gonna be focusing on. But my main focus pairs will be GBPJPY and including most definitely GBPJPY and also gold. I think also GBPUSDs could be something that I could also look into. Um, I think that could also work as well. GBPUSD, that's quite something that I could also just you know give myself some time to really focus on as well. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing that I have for now. But if you have any questions, or rather you have any instrument that you want me to look at, you can just feel free as well. You can feel free if there's anything that you want me to look at. Because from my side, I don't have much to say. That it ends here from my side. There's nothing much that I can say, and I think one of the other things that I could just also give it to you in a form of uh, correlation. If you're someone who likes trading based of correlation, you should most definitely quite look at AUD/USD. So these are the only two pairs that you could also look at as well. It's AUD/USD and Euro NZD. So they correlate perfectly, meaning that as if you are trading AUD/USD, you can also trade Euro NZD. As for let's check AUD/USD once more so that I can, yeah, it's Euro AUD. Let me also check Euro AUD if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's euro nzd, euro aud. The correlation is that they will always go in the same direction, and then as for euro aud usd, it will go in the opposite direction of those two. So those are the two correlations that you could possibly just look into, and it's going to be much more easier if you have one that has a clearer structure for you to trade, and then you can be able to trade the other two, meaning that if you have a clear setup on euro aud, you have a setup for euro NZD, and you also have a direction for AUD/USD. So those are the two correlative, three actually, three correlative pairs that you could also possibly just use, and you just have to go about knowing on how to utilize your times in trading them, especially Euro AUD. I think it's more active in the. It should be active during London session, down to New York. So those are the time frames that you could possibly look into. It could also include Asian session. Basically, let's say from a Asian session is not that really active, but I could definitely also say that, especially during London session, that's where you can fully participate in trading either Euro AUD or Euro NZD, and those are the two times that you could possibly utilize. But as for AUD USD, that's where you can also utilize trading it mainly during Asian session and also New York session. Those are the only two um, sessions that I think AUDUSD would most definitely be quite active in. Those are the two. But apart from that, we're still gonna be holding this Euro JPY. I mean GBP JPY, GJ. Just gonna keep on holding this GJ up until that TP, which is 198.212. So that's our main target right there. That's our main target. It could even pass to this area, but we're just gonna keep 198.12 as our main TP. That will be our main TP for GBPJPY. Apart from that, I don't have much to say. If you do have anything to, if you have any questions, you can ask. If there's no questions, that's also still fine. If you have any pairs that you want me to go through before leaving, that's also good. But until then, if there's no questions, that's where I will end my stream. It was lovely being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Until then, next time.